everyone, welcome back to another airport update for Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. Update number, is this number 30? I think this might be number 30. So, I might be wrong, that might be the next one, but I'm pretty sure it's number 30. So, yeah, I might as well get into it here. These flights are from around the 4:20-ish time frame on the 28th of February 2022. So yeah, let's just get into it right here. We have this Alaska Airlines 737-900 in the UNCF livery, just rotating off the runway. And this one is we'll be heading out to Seattle, Tacoma. Earlier arrived in from there as well. This one's on the turn. The actual aircraft was just in the regular Alaska livery. However, the NG models that I have of that one doesn't have a stand hole, because NG models doesn't put stand holes in their 737s. So this is one of the rare cases where I would have liked there to be a stand hole in 737 by NG, but I can just put this one in here instead. We did get the Disneyland Pixar livery at MSP recently as well, so you know that is a special livery, not the same special livery, but at least a special livery, which will make it a little bit more sense. We do have a lot of special liveries in this update, aside from the regular Delta thank you livery. We do have some special liveries to get to later on in this update, so why not waste any further time and continue on with the update. And then we have the Denver Air Connection Dornier A328 jet here, which made the service in from Ironwood, Michigan, and you will be heading out to Thief River Falls, Minnesota. Both of those are essential air service routes operated by Denver Air Connection. And now into the A concourse and this awesome lineup of CRJs. We'll begin on the bottom of your screen. We have the Delta Connection CRJ700 there. This one will be making its routine turn from Chicago Midway. We don't get any CRJ700s here, but we do have Chicago Midway consistently on the CR7. Next up here we have the CRJ200 operated by SkyWest. Came in from Williston and will be heading out to Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Then behind that one we have the CRJ200, which came in from International Falls. We're heading out to Aberdeen. And finally, we have the Delta Connection CRJ900, which will be making the turn from Wausau, Wisconsin. So an awesome lineup of CRJs here. All of them Gemini Jets. So yeah, just a really nice to get this entire lineup in here. I don't think we've had this yet in an airport update. But coincidentally, they just all were parked close enough. I can't represent all the gates here at MSP, so I kind of squished them together. So in actuality, the A concourse is 14 gates, but at my replica it is only 7 gates. So we improvised a few of the gate spaces there, but you know, the general idea is still there basically. I guess before we move on, I should address the situation with the Delta Connection CRJ200. They will be retired by Delta in this summer. They will be phased out and eventually retired. So it is a shame, but it's not too much of a shame, because CRJ200 is not the best aircraft, but it did serve Delta Airlines and MSP for a long time. So in that sense, it is too bad they're going to be going away, as they did have a big presence here. They will be replaced by, well, I mean, we're already seeing their replacement come in here. It's on the left here, or on the right of your screen right now. Yeah, we've been seeing so many of those. Gemini, you have to make the model, because there are so many E175 flights going to MSP right now. Like, seriously, I would buy multiple UN75s, Delta Connection UN75s if they made it. At least 2, maybe 3. Because the amount that we're getting into MSP right now is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, about half the flights, it seems like, to MSP. I don't think that's actually true. But a majority of the regionals are now on UN75s, and they used to be on, like, mostly CRJ200s and on CRJ900s, and now they're being taken over by the UN75, which I mean, I like the UN-75 as an aircraft, but we need a model of it, or else these MSP updates aren't particularly accurate. I actually saw a CRJ200 that was making the flight out to Tucson, presumably to go to the graveyard there, because I don't know why a CRJ200 would be flying from here to Tucson. We don't get service from MSP to Tucson, especially on the CRJ200. So I'm assuming that one is going to the desert to die. That's kind of dark, but I mean, it basically is what is happening with these CR2s now. It will be too bad when they're gone, but I guess we'll have more comfortable replacements at least. So passenger comfort will improve a little bit. But anyways, I guess we should probably move on to these aircraft here, as I've been talking about the CRJ200s for a while. We have the CRJ900 back there, which came in from Rochester. We'll be heading out to Grand Forks. And then here we have the UN-75. Of course, this is Shapeways Custom, but geez, Gemini has to make it, because having this one Shapeways Custom is not enough. Because I'm just like scrolling through all the flights here, and I'm just seeing like all the flights I used to be on CRJ 900s and 200s. A lot of them, an overwhelming majority, are now on the UN-75, which, like I said, it's good, but it's bad at the same time. So this aircraft came in from Madison-Dane County, and it will be heading out to Cleveland, Ohio. And finally, here in the C concourse, we have this Delta 737-900, which came in from Atlanta, Citrus Aviation's airport, and it will be making a service out to Seattle. So 2 Delta hubs for this one. And now moving on to the E concourse, we have this Spirit A320, came in from Las Vegas, and it will be heading out to Phoenix Sky Harbor. And behind that one, we have the United 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery. The actual aircraft was in a Star Alliance livery, not in this one. It was in the older Star Alliance livery, the same one that Panda Models recently made. I don't know if it's the exact same registration, because I believe United has 3 Star Alliance, if I'm remembering correctly. It's either 2 or 3. This one is in the model here is in the new Star Alliance livery, which has the United logo in blue and the winglets in blue. So this one came in from Denver, and it will be heading back out there on the turn. And then into the American Airlines gates, hiding behind the jet bridge a bit there, we have the American Eagle UN-75. This is operated by Republic, and came in from New York LaGuardia, and this one is on the turn. We'll be heading back out there. And then we have here the American Airlines 737-800 in the Astrojet Heritage livery. I did see this on a recent visit to MSP for some plane spotting. I don't know if I decided to make a video of that or not. I guess you guys will know, but at the time of recording, I have not made any decisions on whether I want to upload a video from that plane spotting trip, as we didn't really see a whole lot. If a video was released, then you might be able to tell. But this aircraft was there, and this is kind of the reason that I went, just to capture this one. Beauty she is, the American Airlines Astrojet Heritage livery. One of my favorite heritage liveries of theirs. This one came in from Chicago O'Hare. This will actually be staying overnight here. By the way, the actual aircraft was not in this livery, but I just wanted to include this one in here. This one came in from Chicago O'Hare. We'll be staying overnight, actually. Kind of surprising. And in the morning on the 21st, in the morning on the 1st, you'll be heading out to Miami. It's been a while since I included this model here in an airport update, but here's the C130. Yeah, so if we get these at MSP, they have a base here with a bunch of C130s for the Air National Guard. And so, yeah, actually got to go inside one of them back in last summer. You can see that back in the OBAP video. I think that was episode 4, I want to say. I believe. So, yeah, that one, that happened. That was quite fun. Maybe it was 5. I don't remember. But anyways, this one is just doing a local flight around the area. That's what they do for the most part. They don't do any like particular routes to anywhere. They normally just fly around in the Twin Cities area and then return back here. So that's what this guy will be doing. Normally they do fly out in pairs, so since this is at the very end of the table taxiing off, we'll just say that there's another C130 taxiing out in front of him that is off of the table. So hopefully they'll reappear here when they take off. And then here we have the Air Canada Express CRJ900. This one is operated by Jazz Aviation, of course. Came in from Toronto a little bit late, and it'll be departing out to Montreal, even more delayed. So that's quite awesome there. And our only aircraft today in the surprisingly empty F concourse is this Delta A321 in the Thank You livery. This one came in from Phoenix Sky Harbor, that is Red River Aviation's airport, and it will be heading out to Denver. And now we get into the portion of the video where we get into the charter flights. So this one is not accurate for the time, as this one departed about like 2 hours or so before the time for the airport update. But this is the Breeze E195. I guess the model is an E195. The actual model is an E190. This came in from Chicago O'Hare. I'm pretty sure these are sports charters because this isn't the only one. It's heading out to South Bend, so I don't know what's going on in South Bend right now, but that's where this guy's going. Came in from Chicago O'Hare. Will be heading out to South Bend, Indiana for presumably some kind of sports event. And moving along here, yep, that's another charter. It is, well, the model represented is the Dragon Air A320. The actual aircraft, as I have used this model for like 3 times before, is the Global X A320 charter. She came in from Newark, and this one not heading out to South Bend. I did see another flight heading out to South Bend, but this will be heading out to Champaign, Illinois. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. There is a college in Champaign, so I'm assuming that's what that's for. But yeah, this guy is coming in from Newark, heading out to Champaign. So interesting movements here at the airport in terms of these charters. This is not the only Global X charter that we actually got on this day. There was another one. And that one, I believe that one either came in or is heading out to South Bend. So once again, the South Bend thing. So I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming it's a sports event of some kind, but I'm not sure what it is. I don't really follow much of that stuff in terms of college sports. So I guess good luck to whatever teams are going there. And here, of course, the UPS 767-300. This one, once again, doing the turn from Chicago Rockford. I always use the Chicago Rockford one because that is on the 767-300. We do have more flights than just the Chicago Rockford one. Just this one is easy to represent because it usually hangs around about pretty much all day. And it's on the 767-300, which I have the model of, and I don't have any other UPS models, so I will hope to change that in the future. Same thing with FedEx. I need to get more cargo aircraft in general. But this is the 763 service, and this one does the turn from Rockford. And yes, this aircraft is on the other table, but I did get this new stand, and since the runway kind of ends right there, it would be semi-realistic for this to be like in this spot at this altitude, basically where it is. It's probably a little bit late of a landing, but I have seen some very late landings on the viewing area. At least in one of my recent planes, because Sun Country plane basically floated half the runway. So maybe it's not totally unrealistic, but I did get this new stand here from the Gemini 200 Delta A321 Thank You. So and it perfectly fits the 400 scale. So that's what I'll be using it for, because the 200, I don't feel safe putting that on here, and probably even the wide body 400 scales, just because it's not very sturdy. But I can put the 737 on here and it'll be fine. So this one came in from Phoenix Sky Harbor. It'll be heading out to LAX. It'll be staying overnight, then heading out to LAX in the morning. Now, unfortunately, the new table does get rid of spots where I can get better shots from, so this one is not as great. But we're now moving to Terminal 2. We have the Sun Country 737-700 there. This is in the Ariel text font livery, one of the newer NG models. This one came in from Tampa, Florida. We'll be heading out to Puerto Vallarta. We'll be staying overnight, then heading out there in the morning. Next to that one, we have the 737-800 Tide Pod livery. This one without the 40th anniversary or 40 years of flight sticker, like the Gemini one does. This one came in from Fort Myers, and even recording this on the day after, there's still no information on where this one will be heading out to. So yeah, this one looks like it's still here, but this would be its placement on at this time on the 28th. And then continuing on here with Terminal 2, we have all the way, well, not all the way in the back, but the final Sun Country plane that we haven't seen yet is the Transavia Hybrid livery, which this one came in from Orlando MCO, and once again, no flight information on where this one will be heading out to. Next up is the JetBlue A320 here. This is filling in for an E190, and this one came in from New York, JFK, and it will be heading out, it'll be heading back out there, another turn for that one. Then we move into the southwest gates here, which we have 2 aircraft, and yes, one of them is in a special livery. This time I am using it in a realistic connotation. So in the last update, I probably did not need to use the Southwest 737-700 in the Missouri 1 livery, as we did get it here, but we're going to get to that one last. We have the Heart livery 737-700 there. Came in from Austin. We'll be heading out to Baltimore. Finally, on the bottom, this was a very good day for plane spotters, I'm sure. Wish I could have been out there, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it out there at this time because, you know, school stuff and other constraints. So I was able to set up the airport update though. So this is basically just plane spotting, but I get to control everything and I get to see everything, and it's tiny. So this one came in from Chicago Midway, and we'll be heading out to St. Louis. So really cool livery here that Southwest has. Glad to have the model of it. I'm glad that NG made it, and looks fantastic here. Full house here at Terminal 2. So see where the Sun Country that's landing will be able to park. I mean, obviously in real life there are more gates. I can only represent 7 gates at Terminal 2, unfortunately. Again, size constraints here. I can't make this like actual MSP size, but it's appropriate for tables that I have, and I think just the scale in general, it'll work for my needs. But I will hope to improve on all of this when I remake MSP, and hopefully there will be, maybe I can add like an extra gate or 2 here if I draw the lines out a little bit better, and get a little bit more gate space. So hopefully that can improve this summer. I'm dying to redo this airport because with each passing day, I'm hating how it looks more and more. So we're going to make it a lot better this summer, and that is my promise to you. And then here we have, in the private jet area, this is actually where the Global X and Breeze parked, but I just don't have enough room here. This is another thing that I'd like to improve on when I redo MSP, is make this area maybe a little bit bigger. Try to squeeze it in here, because it is kind of just squeezed between runway and Terminal 2, because once again, space constraints. This is an area that I would like to improve on, but it is the Challenger 300 here, Shapeways Custom. I saw a Challenger 300 come into MSP, but it didn't show up on the flight schedule, so I don't know where it came in from, but I'm just going to use another flight. This is a Challenger 600, that happened later on in the day, but we'll just use its route for this one. So we'll just say this one came in from Washington Dulles, and it'll be heading out to Fort Lauderdale. That's what the other one was doing. Trying something new for the Heavies this time, because I always have to have them in with the bad lighting, because we have the terminal here and I can't really put camera down to get these aircraft. So we're just going to do this handheld and get some better lighting here, just to change it up a little bit this time. So we have the Delta A330 here, which the A330-300 I should say, which came in from Orlando. Orlando. They're doing A330s on Orlando now. Kind of stuttered over saying it because we don't normally get these in from Orlando, but this one did come in from Orlando, and it'll be heading out to London Heathrow. That's Milo's Aviation's airport. And next to that one, we have the Team USA A330-900 Neo. This is a brand new model that I got in. And this one came in from London Heathrow, once again Milo's Aviation's airport, and it'll be heading out to Amsterdam. So if you want a subscriber out, just comment down below, and I'll be sure to include it in as many updates as I can. Of course, it does have to be a realistic route, and it has to be an airport update series, which is on YouTube. But as long as it meets those criteria, then feel free to just comment it down below, and I can include it in future airport updates. Oh boy, I think we just found ourselves a thumbnail. So looking very nice here, all these aircraft lined up. So we have, once again, 4 Delta aircraft all in a row here. And once again, you can thank my airport for being tiny, for having all these Delta lined up, because they weren't actually like this in real life. This is just what it turned out to be. So this is the final shot here, and what a final shot it is. So all the Delta aircraft lined up. So we have the A320 here on the left. We'll get it more in focus. The A320-100 here, which came in from Houston. We're heading out to Chicago O'Hare. I guess it didn't really focus on it, did it? I still kept it focused on the A319 on accident. But anyways, the A319 is the next aircraft. And this one came in from Raleigh-Durham and is staying overnight, but coincidentally we'll be heading out to Raleigh-Durham once again in the morning, so I guess not too much more to go over on that one. Except it is a beautiful model. Love that we have the 737-900 here. It is so great to have, and I'm definitely not stalling because I can't find the next aircraft on Flight Radar. The next one is the 737-900. This is the Gemini Jet version, which came in from Seattle, and you'll be heading out to Portland, PDX. Finally, actually we'll move the camera over here to get this one, because it is off the screen a little bit. It is the A321, which came in from Fort Myers, and it will be heading out to Las Vegas, and that's the final aircraft. Of course, with spring training going on in Fort Myers now, twin spring training, I'm sure the Fort Myers flights are quite popular. Now I get them all in one shot, and I'm disappointed that I couldn't get this before. But now all the aircraft are in one shot. This will be the concluding shot here. Of course, I did promise I would give a trip announcement here in the title. And, well, that trip announcement, I should probably not even be at this terminal because it is a Sun Country flight. But this spring, for spring break in April, I will be heading down to Mexico, heading down to Cancun on a Sun Country 737-800. Super excited. Hopefully it's a Tide Pod livery, because I've yet to fly on the Tide Pod livery. And I've flown on every single Sun Country plane, including the Transavia hybrid livery. Not the 2E1, but the Transavia hybrid livery. The old livery on both the 700 and 800. The aerial tech spot livery. It's just the Tide Pod livery that I've yet to fly. I also have to fly on a actually no, the Transavia hybrid livery was a Scimitar aircraft for Sun Country. So I just have to fly on the dang Tide Pod livery and have like the Sun Country quadfecta. Except I've gotten bad luck in getting the Tide Pod livery so far. So hopefully it comes to fruition, because I think that'd be super awesome to fly on that livery, because I think it is really nice. But we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, we'll be flying down to Cancun on, I believe, the 1st of April. I don't quite remember the date, so I can pull up my calendar here on my phone as I have it handy. Yeah, we fly on April Fool's Day. That'll be quite fun. Flying on April Fool's Day, we'll be returning on the 8th, so day before Easter. And so yeah, that is the plan for that. Should be quite fun. Hopefully we don't get any serious, well, actually no, serious fools on the airplane. That could lead to some good YouTube content, although it might scare some people. It's maybe not the best idea. But we are flying on April Fool's Day, so that's pretty fun. So yeah, both the flights on Sun Country are going to Cancun, and we'll be staying. We're not going to be staying in Cancun. We'll be going to Playa del Carmen. I would like to stay in Cancun and explore the area, and I'll definitely be sure to watch Sam from Wendover, or Half as Interesting in this case. I'll be sure to watch the Half as Interesting video on Cancun, because I guess mathematically it is, if I remember correctly, mathematically it is the perfect, Mexico determined it was a perfect place to have a touristic area. And I guess they weren't wrong with that, because it is a very popular destination for middle-class, northern middle-class travelers, mostly from America. Yeah, we all like to go to Cancun. But it should be exciting. I've never been to Mexico before, so hopefully that will be fun. And I'll be sure to do at least one trip report. I'll either a flight there or back. I'll probably do the flight 2 if it's on a Tide Pod delivery. If it's not, then I'll do it on the flight back, no matter what it is. And I guess it would probably be better on the flight back, because then we could explore a bit of Cancun's airport. But I'll probably do some video from there anyways. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be an exciting trip here coming up in a month. So probably no video coming from Cancun. So I'll probably do some pre-recorded stuff and just upload that while I'm there. But you will get the in-flight content and then the trip report. So, and of course, if we do end up going into, the city of Cancun for like a day or so, and especially if we were on any public transit or anything, I will make a video for the MSP Urbanist channel and probably for MSP Aviation as well. But yeah, with that being said, that'll conclude this video here for MSP. Probably a longer one, so I appreciate those of you for sticking all the way through here till the end of what I believe is the 30th update. I still didn't check on while I was recording this video. Yeah, thank you all for checking it out once again. And I will see you tomorrow. And as always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.